in middle school, I took 2 years of French, and it was on the computer, and I would go in, and instead of going in Rosetta Stone, I would open up a notepad and start HTML coding websites. And so it was like, I wanted to take computer classes, but there was no computer classes. And so I really wanted to be able to take online classes in order to do that. My parents didn't want me to, so I started just like skipping school, and it was bad. So I ended up going into online school, and I took a bunch of like tech courses, like a lot of tech courses. That's how I actually learned a lot about computers and hardware and networking and software. And I mean, to me, it was great, but it's because I would just like cheat, and then I would go play Minecraft. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm just being completely honest. And the funny thing is, I missed like I think like 6 months of school or something because of like all the skipping. But I ended up graduating early because I did like all my classes like early.
I never really considered college. I just felt like at the time I didn't really need it. I have a lot of certifications and software. I felt like I'd be able to find a job even if I didn't go to college, so I just didn't go.
I feel like if I wasn't playing Minecraft, I wouldn't be gaming. To me, the best thing about Minecraft is like you can express creativity so well. I've gone through phases where like when I first joined Minecraft, like I was like I was like ultimate PvPer. I was PvPing all the time, and then like I went through a phase where I was like staffing servers, and like I was just like moderating chat and like banning hackers and stuff. And then I went through a phase where I was a builder. I was built for like servers, and like Munchie MC whenever it first came out, which is Bad Boy Halo server. And then I went through like a coding stage, obviously, where I like did coding. I went through a YouTube stage where I went to like a trapping stage where I was doing all these crazy traps with like floating sand and like crazy Minecraft mechanics to like trap people.
George I met on Bad Boy Halo's Minecraft server. We were both developers there, and we became friends through there. And Sapnap I met way back in 2013, I think, on MCPvP. We were just playing on mcpvp.com, and I said Skype team in chat, and he joined my Skype, and that's how we talked. Honestly, I never really thought about being a full-time YouTuber until January last year, but my entire life I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I used to do vlogs when I was a kid. I ran a sports-related channel. I ran a politics-related channel. I've edited a couple videos on Bad Boy Halo's channel. I edited a couple videos on other YouTubers' channels. I used to make Minecraft videos on a different channel, and then I made Minecraft videos on this channel 4 years ago. I did little skits. I made song parodies probably 2-3 years ago. I've done basically everything on YouTube, but I was never really trying to make it big until last year, where I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try now. I'm actually gonna try. It was probably the fact that I coded plugins for Skeppy, because when I saw him use my plugins in his video and they got a lot of views, I realized, why don't I do this on my own? Something that most YouTubers can't do is develop code, and I thought, hey, that's something that can make me stand out from all the other creators. Is if I'm a developer, I can make certain things that other creators can't even think about doing.
I was like the biggest asshole in terms of like bragging, like before I did YouTube. Like I have messages to me like to like George saying like, yeah, you'll see me in 6 months when I'm big on YouTube. Like obviously we were just bantering and stuff, but like
I actually first started planning to be a YouTuber probably in January 2019, but I didn't upload my first video until July 2019.
But I worked a full-time job for 1.5 years. That had decent pay, and I saved every dollar. I didn't spend on anything. And after I saved up the money that I saved up, I quit my job, and I quit my job preemptively before I did YouTube. And I quit my job because I was going to do YouTube. But I have enough money saved up where if it doesn't work out, then I can always go back. I put in like a lot of research and stuff before I posted my first video, and I was like, I know YouTube. Like I know how YouTube works. This is gonna be good.
I probably read at least 200 books worth of information on YouTube and its algorithm and social media. I just wanted to understand how things worked, why they worked that way, what type of videos I should post, those type of things. Well, one of my strategies when I was starting YouTube was to use Reddit to my advantage, because any post can go viral on Reddit, even if you have no followers or anything. And I thought the Mildly Infuriating sub was probably a good place to post a Minecraft video. So I thought it'd be funny if I did a video where I just did everything wrong, like the opposite of how it's done in Minecraft, and it would piss people off. And I was just sitting in TeamSpeak with, I think, Bad Boy Halo and George, and I was coming up with ideas like, oh, if you killed a sheep with shears, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna come into the video and just kill a dog right when the video starts, and both Bad and George just started dying of laughter, and I was like, this is it. This video is gonna go viral.
And it got like I don't know, 90K upvotes or something stupid. And then I linked my video like in the comments, and I was like, all right, this is my big break.
Generally, if other people notice you, YouTube will notice you, because YouTube has trained bots that recognize what a person likes and what a person will share, what a person will watch all the way through. I made the PewDiePie seed video because I thought, hey, this is really shareable. Everyone's going to share it with their friends and try and get them to help. Well, out of my top 24 videos in terms of views, only one of them I didn't come up with. I feel like being creative is one of my biggest, if not my by far biggest trait.
If I didn't blow up that fast, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube. Like, I like putting like my all into everything when I do it. And so when I decided to do YouTube, I was like, all right, I'm gonna put my all into it for like months. I feel like just Manhunt's so unique in that it's like 4 hours and I have an objective. So I have to get something done. So there's always this like, I have to have 5, 6, 7 strategies that I come up with. I'll sit there in a survival world for like hours and hours. Like, I'm gonna like, I probably spend like 20 hours plus like at least brainstorming in like the few days before Manhunt, like in a survival world, sitting there going over all my options, like what can I do, what can I use. But one of the things I always think about too is like what will surprise the viewer as well, like what that'll be kind of unexpected, and I'm like kind of at a disadvantage, you know, so it's like it's kind of like I'm like an underdog, and then I feel like that's really entertaining to watch. Everyone wants to watch like an underdog, even if you lose. Like it's just cool to see you try to do something that seems impossible or seems super hard. Having like the practice where I'm going through and just preparing myself from every scenario. Like, okay, in a scenario where I get this enchantment, like I loot a desert temple and I have this enchanted book. Here's what I can use it for. These 15 different scenarios and traps and everything. And I feel like that's something where it gives me a huge advantage, because then I get put in those situations where I do finally get it. I do so much in terms of the editing that you'll watch it and be like, wow, this is kind of lame. Like without the music and the epic editing and the cuts and everything, it's just kind of lame. Like it's just some guys playing Minecraft. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, I feel like I have a very specific editing style that makes the videos what they are. Like ignoring the audio, the video, like 2 hours, something like that. Yeah, like 2.5 hours, and then the music and the audio, probably 8 hours or something. I feel like I spend like hours just like searching for what songs to put in certain places and what songs I want to use at all, and like just listening to music and being like, this doesn't really fit how I want. And then on top of that, taking like a song, like so many songs that I take, and then I make sure like they transition into the next song where it sounds like it's like a score that's been scored for the Manhunt, you know?
I actually remember the exact moment where I kind of had that feeling. I checked my social blade and I saw that I had gained 50,000 subscribers in that day, in the last 12 hours when I had been asleep. And I knew I was on track to get about 100,000 subscribers in one day gained. And I just thought, like, that's insane. I wonder how many people in the history of YouTube have done that.